This segment brought to you by Kansas Corn. Learn more at kscorn.com.
When the Rex Ranch got into the feeding business, they learned more about their cattle. But rather than change their focus, it only intensified it.
We've had a long-term view of it for a long time. I've been with the company for 20-some years down in Florida and now up at our Nebraska operation. And we've basically, for several years, before we ever owned a feed yard, we viewed what is the value of that calf to the next customer. And the only way to view that is to think past him to the packer.
Genetic improvements are apparent even after just one interval. That allows the ranch to be responsive with its breeding program.
What we want to raise is a cow that can survive and produce and thrive in our environment. And after we have that, because it doesn't matter how good he was going to be, okay? So we've got to have a calf first. But after that, then we look for all the post traits we get, and they're fairly equally weighted in our system.
They select for increasing carcass weight, ribeye, and marbling. But the cattleman knows management plays an important role too.
As we've owned a feed yard, we've really focused on trying to figure out what really adds value in the chain, not smoke and mirrors. What really adds value, and the other things that we found out is cattle from different areas feed differently. You have to tailor your management, your ration, your implant strategy. You have to be willing to look at different ways and experiment with different ways to get the most out of what the genetics that they have in them.
Ramsay says they can fit the cowherd to the environment and still have cattle that excel in the feed yard and on the rail. I'm Bob Cervera.
Watch AGam in Kansas online at agaminkansas.com. Grain sorghum is one of the most important cereal crops worldwide, and Kansas leads the nation in its production. Over the years, sorghum has been either exported, used in animal feed domestically, or for other industrial uses. Recently, its use in the ethanol market has seen tremendous growth, with 30% of domestic sorghum typically going to ethanol production. Kansas Grain Sorghum is committed to sorghum research, market development, and education. Learn more at ksgrainsorghum.org.